Alright, so today I don't have my black t-shirt on, but I do got my black shades on, so that's what I decided to wear. But mastery of self, the quiet force behind all greatness. This is a direct letter to myself and to those who wish to follow and buy into my simple life design. This video speaks to the core values of self-refinement, self-discipline, and personal mastery, the key tenets of the Daily Dante Taviantz brand. My goal is to be straightforward yet profound, engaging yet persuasive to those who's watching and to those who's reading this written piece pinned in the comments that I have attached to this video. So what I do is with all my videos, well, not all of my videos, but most of my videos, I write a letter, article, or essay, and I will most of the time have that letter be the script of my video. Or I will do a video without writing, and then I will turn that video into a letter or an essay or whatever. Sometimes I'll just do a video and I won't write at all with it because I feel like maybe it's pointless to try to keep talking about that same issue. So it just depends on how engaged, like what I'm talking about is whatever I'm talking about, who is really engaged in what I'm talking about. So if I see the analytics, if I see the audience, if they really are engaging with what I'm talking about, I will ponder a little bit more on that. I mean, in all, my entire personal brand is self-actualization, self-mastery, improvement, freedom, financial wealth, economical freedom, stuff like that. I mean, it's really deep internal progress and deep internal freedom, and it's deep internal improvement of your entire well-being, and how we can change our perspective on earning and monetizing the more we develop and become better. That's my whole idea. I hate when I talk to people who, how can I put it, who likes to put a stigma on money, who puts a stigma on earning, who puts a stigma on profit, who puts a stigma on being rich. And I really honestly just do not want to be around those type of individuals, because to me, what you're telling me is that you are poor. You're poor in the flesh, you're poor in the spirit, you're poor in the mind. You have self-poverty, spiritual poverty. And for those who's watching this video, I will advise you to run away at all costs, by all means, away from people who talks like this, who speaks ill on money, who speaks ill on earnings, who speaks ill on being rich, who speaks ill about the people who has it and they don't. Take a real good, really analyze and judge these people who talks like this, who speaks ill on people who has it. Really analyze it. Analyze these individuals. Judge these individuals, because they really, what it is is envy. It's envious, and you don't want that type of ridiculousness, that type of mentality, that spirit to fluctuate around you, to attach to you, because I'm telling you it will, and because it has to me, and I am releasing myself from that bull crap. You know, it's very easy to really suck in and to really listen to people who speaks ill on people who are multi-millionaires, billionaires, you know, people who are very, very rich. It's very easy for people who doesn't have it to speak ill on those type of individuals. It is. But it's stupid. It's stupid to talk about it, and it's stupid to listen to it, because you can do it as well. You can get it. You can earn a lot. It just depends on your perspective and your mentality. And that's what I'm learning right now. It has nothing to do with anybody else. It has everything to do with you, why you are not where you are in life, and why you do not have what you desire to have in life. And it will continue to be that way until you start to change your mind. your perspective, your spirit, your soul, and start to improve it and develop them. Because nobody else is going to do it but you. God is not even going to do it. So for all the people who tells me that money is not, that money is not going to matter, or we're not going to, or you know, the rich being rich is not a fulfilling thing, or you're making money is not going to make you happy, etc., etc., etc. For all those people who's watching this video, and for all those people who's telling me this, you're stupid and you're wrong. And please stop telling everybody else this. Tell yourself it. Don't tell everybody else who's doing it and who has it and who has done it, because you're wrong and you're dumb, and what you're saying is dumb. Because you're pushing that out into society, and people who does not know better, they're believing in your ridiculous nonsense. So shut up and do society a favor and shut up. Do what you want to do, but don't push that up on other people. Because I'm all for people who wants to get better in all phases of their lives. I'm all for people who wants to improve in all phases of their life. So that's that. So let's get to it. So there's a quiet, relentless force within every one of us. A force capable of turning ideas into empires, dreams into realities, and thoughts into legacies. That force is self-mastery, and it begins with a discipline to look within and refine what you find. Mastery of self isn't about perfection. It's certainly not, because we are not worried about being perfect. We are worried about being better, and that's it. We are only focused on becoming. It's about progress. It's the daily incremental refinement of our skills, our thoughts, and our actions. It's the commitment to personal growth, even when no one else is watching. When you choose to harness your potential, you're not just working for success. We're not worried about success. You're working for significance. You're working for fulfillment. You're working for self-actualization. You're working for improvement. That's it. 1% better each and every single day. That's what we're worried about. That's what we're working towards. And we're going to keep working towards that. The path to mastery starts in the mind. Before you can conquer the world, you must first conquer yourself, your fears, your distractions, and your limitations. And to do this, you do need time. You need time with yourself. You need personal time with yourself. You need to be in solitude. You need to be in isolation. Time for reflection, time for learning, and time for creation. Only then can you unlock the power that lies dormant within you. It's all up to you. Awaken your spirit. Develop your soul. Those who master themselves don't look for shortcuts or make excuses. They understand that discipline is the purest form of freedom. I've heard one of my favorite actors of all time said this quote. And I don't know if he came up with this quote himself, but this is the first time I've ever heard this quote. Jake Gyllenhaal, he was talking about, how disciplined he is and how committed he is to his craft. And he said that discipline is on the other side of freedom. And that quote stuck with me ever since I've heard that from him, because it's so true. But not only are we going to be talking about self-discipline, or not only do I look at self-discipline, self-control is something that we have to take in consideration as well also. Self-control, without self-control you cannot have no self-discipline. Self-control is the inner remote, the inner regulation of ourselves that will make us disciplined. They understand that discipline is the purest form of freedom. They know that waking up every day with purpose and leveraging every moment for growth creates a compounding effect that will carry them further than any fleeting burst of motivation ever could. You don't have to be the loudest voice in the room to make an impact. You don't need to chase validation from others. The most profound transformation happens in silence, in solitude. And I'm going to do some videos on solitude and self-isolation, because I believe those are very important for us to find our inner being, and for us to develop our inner souls, and for us to develop our inner world, and for us to just become better people in general. Because isolation and solitude has a bad rap and has a little stigma to it, and that's something that I challenge, that I am against, but it's needed for self-development. Just like how I talked about selfishness and stuff. That stuff has a bad rap to it, has a stigma to it, but it's needed for us to improve as a society. People who don't understand, who lacks the understanding of these things, and people who just do not work on themselves and just don't develop themselves, they're just going to look at these things as wrong. There is never a time in life where you do not, there's never a time in life where these things are not needed for a person to do. I don't care what's going on in your life. These things should always be important. You're alive for a reason. I don't care what you're facing, what you have, what's going on, or anything. These things are a priority. And maybe, and who's to say, maybe the reason why you're facing this turmoil or these trials and tribulations is because you are lacking the improvement. You're neglecting yourself. The most profound transformation happens in silence and solitude. In those moments where it's just you, your thoughts, and your unwavering commitment to becoming the highest version of yourself. We're always talking about being the highest version of ourselves. Greatness isn't some unattainable peak reserved for the chosen few. It's built. It is designed. It is developed. It is consistently being worked on. Brick by brick, through the daily pursuit of self-mastery. Build in the dark. Building in the dark is what I'm talking about with self-isolation, solitude. That's when it's time to build in the dark. If you want to rise above the ordinary, start by mastering the most important thing you possess: yourself. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much, and we'll be back very soon. You have a great day and a great rest of the week.